data report. Someone is killed with a gun every 3 hours in California. Joining us live to talk about this weekend's Gun Violence Reduction Summit is Supervisor Lawson-Remer. Thanks so much for coming in, Supervisor. Really appreciate it. Just a staggering number when you think about it. I mean, we've been on the air for 3 hours and one person dead from gun violence. That's 8 Californians a day. I mean, what's the county doing to address the issue? And tell us a little bit about the summit that's coming up here on Friday.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it really is such a tragedy. And as a mom of a 4-year-old, I think every day about the fact that I'm dropping her off at school and who knows what could happen. And I think so many parents share that fear. And that's why when I took office in 2021, tackling gun violence became one of my top priorities. We voted to sue reckless gun manufacturers. We've passed safe storage laws. We've taken on ghost gun manufacturers. So we've been doing a lot over the last 2.5 years. And now I've convened the summit. I've invited Attorney General Rob Bonta down here. I'm going to be joined by Councilmember Pro Tem Montgomery Stepp, City Attorney Mara Elliott, some other of our assembly members, council members, to really put our heads together and think, what else can we do? Because we've been doing a lot, but we have to be doing more, and I'm just really focused on fighting to push the envelope to keep our communities and our kids safe.
And this is open to the public. Public can show up to this and hear from some of these advocates, some of these experts. What are you kind of hoping people walk away with from this summit?
Yeah, absolutely. It is open to the public. It's from 12 to 2 on Friday down at the County Administration Building at Waterfront Park. It's also streaming on Zoom. And I hope people can come together, help us think together about what else we can do, how to better hold some of these gun manufacturers accountable, what else we can do to ensure that guns are being stored safely in our communities. As I mentioned, we did pass a gun safe storage law, but we really need partnership from the communities to implement that, because I know, as I said, as a mom, one of my biggest fears is she could go over a play date at someone's house and there's a gun lying around. So we have these safe storage laws, but we need help. We need partnership from the community, make sure they're being implemented and enforced and people are educated, and really working together to tackle this. There are a lot of responsible, law-abiding firearm owners out there, but there are some that aren't. And what is the advice to gun owners out there, if they're listening right now, some little things that they can do to help out? Make sure your gun is locked up and stored safely. And I hear this often from the best and most responsible gun owners, is that they know how important this is and they're committed, and they've been some of the best partners in doing this education, sharing this with their neighbors, because they understand the importance of being responsible. So make sure your gun is stored safely, make sure that a kid can't get their hands on it, someone who might be contemplating suicide can't get their hands on it. And so that's one important thing we can do to keep our community safe. And then I have just to say to the people out there who are trying to make a quick buck by selling illegal guns, breaking the law, we won't have a place for that. We don't have a place for this here in San Diego County. We've really stepped up and cracked down on illegal ghost gun manufacturers. Right? These are these guns that you can buy on the internet that don't have serial numbers.
Assemble them, and
I mean, you could see a video on YouTube, right? Like a 14-year-old kid.
What is the county doing to crack down on that?
So first of all, we made them illegal, which they weren't before I took office. So that was one of the first things I did. And then we gave the DA a lot more enforcement resources and power so they could investigate these ghost gun manufacturers and then bring them to justice.